Hello guys, how are you doing? I hope you are doing very well. Guys, today we're gonna talk about magnets and magnetic materials. So let's see what is magnet and what is magnetic material. So let's start. Bismillah. First of all, I just write magnet and magnetic material. The definitions here, the difference between them. Magnet is a material that has a region where the magnetic force is active. You see, around the magnet, you see magnetic force, pulling force is active. But magnetic material is a material that doesn't have a region where the magnetic force is active. When we say magnetic force, we mean pulling force. The nail cannot pull anything because magnetic force, pulling force, is not active in the nail. But magnet, because magnetic force is active, pulling force is active in the magnet, so that's why it's gonna pull things. That is the difference. Difference between magnet and magnetic material is this. Magnet is a material that has a region where its magnetic force is active. It has an active magnetic force. So, but magnetic material, it doesn't have the region where the magnetic force is active. There is no pulling force. So if it doesn't have it, why do we say magnetic material? What does it mean, this really? So that's it. Magnetic materials are those materials that can be attracted to magnet. If you look at this one, you see this is gonna attract to magnet. It means pulled by magnet. When you say attracted to magnets, it means pulled by magnets. It can be pulled by magnets. It can be pulled by this magnet. That's why we call this magnetic material. We have some example like steel, like iron, like any other many other things. So they are examples of magnetic material. It means if you close a magnet to iron, it's gonna pull the iron. If you close the magnet to a steel, it's gonna pull the steel. So that's why if any material pulled by magnet, it's going to be we call this magnetic material. So, but we have something else which is non-magnetic material. Non-magnetic materials are those materials that cannot be attracted to magnet. It means magnet cannot attract them, cannot pull them. Like what? Like plastic, like wood. If you look here, you see there's no pulling between the magnet and the material. The magnet is not gonna pull the material. Like we have, and some people think that all metals are magnetic. They say if anything is metal is magnetic, but no. We have some metals which are non-magnetic, like gold, silver, platinum, copper, aluminum. These are some examples for the metals which are non-magnetic. So plastic and wood. If you close a magnet to a plastic, so it's not gonna pull the plastic. It's not gonna pull the wood. Same for gold, silver, platinum, aluminum, copper. These are the examples of non-magnetics that cannot be attracted by magnet. They are not going to be pulled by magnet. So that's the difference between magnetic material and non-magnetic material is this. Magnetic materials are those materials that can be attracted to magnet. But non-magnetic materials are those materials that cannot be attracted to magnet, cannot be pulled by magnet. We have examples for magnetic like steel and iron, for non-magnetic plastic and wood, and like metals like gold and silver and platinum, like whatever else. And this is magnetic and non-magnetic. We have something else, we call this alloy. Alloy is the mixture of metals. Okay, if we mix some metals like two or more than it, we can get something new. This something new, because it's not pure, it's not only one thing, it's by mixing some things we got this. We call this alloy. Alloy is the mixture of metals. Okay, so like examples like stainless steel. Stainless steel is not the pure steel or something else. It's stainless steel made by mixing what? When we say stainless steel is an alloy, it means stainless steel is not pure. It comes from two or more other things, right? But we have to know if we say this, so what are they? Stainless steel comes by mixing steel and chromium. If you mix chromium and steel, In the result, we will get stainless steel, which is here. You see? And brass is another example. It's by mixing zinc and copper. If you mix zinc and copper, you will get brass, which is this. Okay, they are not gonna get rust too, both of them. So it means alloy is the mixture of metals. We mix metals, we will get alloy. But examples for maybe we can say that if alloy is the mixture of metals, so is there any example around us? Yes, we have many examples around, like what? Like stainless steel. That by mixing steel and chromium, we will get stainless steel, which is here, you see. Brass, by mixing zinc and copper, you will get brass. You see, two things are gonna make new things. Here, two things are gonna make new things. So that's why we say by mixing two, you get new thing, something different. And this is the difference. We said that magnet is a material that has a region around, or that magnetic force is active, pulling force. It means it's gonna pull things in all around it, in all around the magnet. It's gonna pull things to itself. Magnetic material is the material that does not have the region where the magnetic force is active. It doesn't have active magnetic force. I mean, it doesn't have pulling force. And guys, there is something that you have to know. The copper and aluminum, they are known as non-magnetic. It means they are non-magnetic actually. You cannot say they are magnetic, but it has a very weak magnetic force. It means if you pull something else, for example, if it's not a copper, if it is a plastic or a wood, if you throw a magnet, it's directly gonna go down. Okay, it's gonna throw on the ground. But because it's copper, there is this weak magnetic force. The magnet, you see, it's very it's moving inside the copper. It's not gonna pull it, but it's moving. It means there is a force there. If there is no force, it's gonna go down quickly directly, right? So it means copper is not magnetic. It's non-magnetic, but it has a little force. Okay, be careful. So that's all the lesson. Magnetic force and magnetic materials. Magnet and magnetic materials. Magnetic materials are those materials that can be attracted to magnet. It means pulled by magnet. Like steel and iron is here, you can see, pulled by magnet. And non-magnetic, he said none, it's not. Non-magnetic material are those materials cannot be attracted to magnets. Okay, like wood, plastic, and we have some metals like gold, silver, platinum, aluminum, copper. These are examples of non-magnetic. It means not magnetic. It's not gonna be pulled by magnet. Alloy is the mixture of metals. Like we said, you mix 2 or 3 or more than it metals, then you will get something new. This something new, we call this alloy because it comes from mixture. Alloy is not pure, it's mixture. Stainless steel is an example of alloy, which is made by mixing steel and chromium. You mix these two, you will get stainless steel. And brass, you will get by mixing zinc and copper, you will get brass, something new, right? Magnet and magnetic material, you say magnet is a material that has a region around it that magnetic force is active, but magnetic material is a material that doesn't have a region around it that magnetic force is active. So the difference is only this, doesn't have. That's it. Magnet, it has the region around it for pulling force is active, but magnetic material doesn't have the force around it, the pulling force is active. There is no pulling force. It means nail cannot pull things, but magnet can pull things, right? And copper and we said aluminum, they have a small weak we can say magnetic force, but they are non-magnetic. Be careful. And I'm gonna tell you something for that is good for the next new lesson, or even for the next lesson. Each magnet has 2 poles. One is north, one is south. Each magnet, even if you break it, still the broken one has 2 poles. If you break this one too, again, each small piece will have both north and south. You will never have any magnet with only south or only north. You must have north and south in the magnet. So each magnet has 2 poles. One is north pole and south pole. So this is the lesson about magnet and magnetic materials. I hope you understand everything, and best wishes.